Assalamu alaikum APPNA members, and welcome to another episode of the APPNA Committee Cafe. I'm Farheen Khan, a physician in physical medicine and rehabilitation and a member of the Communications Committee of APPNA. Today we are featuring the Alliance Committee, and I have the pleasure of hosting Maliha Shaikh, Chair of the Alliance Committee. Welcome, Maliha, and thank you so much for joining
Thank you.
us.
Thank you so much for having me. How are you doing?
I am doing great. So let's start with a quick introduction and tell us a little about yourself and how you got involved with the Alliance Committee.
My name is Maliha Shaikh. I live in Orlando, Florida. I'm a lifetime Alliance member. I've been part of APPNA for almost 15 years now. One started with taking our kids to APPNA, then my husband, who's a physician, got involved. I got involved with Alliance at that time, helped with different committees. And eventually, as the kids grew up, I had more time and I thought, why not? And here I am.
Amazing. So for members who might not be familiar, what is the mission of the Alliance Committee and what role does it play within APPNA?
So Alliance is a committee. It's actually the name of the committee is APPNA Family Alliance. It's for the spouses of APPNA and their adult kids. And the idea of Alliance was that when APPNA was created, it was mainly for the physicians and the families felt left out at that point. And APPNA had this great idea of integrating the families into the organization. So whereas the men had the physicians had their CMEs and other things going on, their spouses and their adult kids had some sort of involvement, and this is how it started coming into action. It started very small, then grew into a bigger organization, and then there was some rebuilding of the organization, and now, again, it's back in form of APPNA Family Alliance.
Oh, that's amazing. So are there any key projects or initiatives that you guys are currently working on?
So the new APPNA Family Alliance came into existence almost just 3 years ago. So it's kind of been baby steps for us. The most important part is to integrate with the APPNA, main APPNA, and see how we, from the back end, help APPNA grow into a bigger, better organization and get more involvement, not only from the physicians, but the spouses and their kids. And for that matter, APPNA Family Alliance has been holding certain seminars. We exhibited a Pakistani movie, Nayab, at the summer meeting. The idea was it's a movie about a young Pakistani girl who wants to be a cricketer and how she crossed barriers to become that. So I think the main part that APPNA Family Alliance wants to play is to make sure that we are also an integral part of the APPNA family, and maybe we cannot contribute in the major areas, but in the socioeconomic factors, we do want to play a bigger role in it.
It's great. It's nice to get the families involved
of course,
while the doctors are studying and educating and doing all the other
and
things.
doing the CMEs. Yes.
So are there any challenges that you guys face in the work you do?
I think the main challenge is to make APPNA Family Alliance interesting enough to include more and more people into it. It's a small committee for now, so I think it's in a process of rebuilding itself. And I think in this rebuilding process, we have the same challenges as any smaller committee has when it's, taking baby steps, making sure that we are doing the right things, moving in the right direction. And in the meantime, taking everybody along with us so that we become an integral part of APPNA in the long run.
Right. So yeah, I can see how there may be challenges and especially sort of breaking something apart and having to rebuild it.
Right. And I think the major challenge that APPNA Family Alliance always has to have that time allocation in the various spring and summer meetings, because it's such a small committee. It's difficult to give them prime time, but at the same time, when we do not get that prime time, then we cannot attract people. So it's kind of a snowballing effect at that point. Because it's small, we don't get enough,
Right.
we don't get enough screen time, but at the same time, we are so small that, of course, APPNA doing so many bigger and better projects, it's difficult for them. So I think the main challenge is to strike a balance.
Yeah. So to do that, what are some of your goals or future projects that the committee may be planning for the
I think moving forward, I think there has to be more communication with different committees. I think the best way moving forward is to work with other committees. Like even the screening of the movies, we did it in collaboration with Sindh Medical College. Their president was very kind enough, and we both worked together. I think once committee starts working with each other, we will have more venues to work in, and we can allocate time better so that different committees have same exposure within the limited time period. For me, I think the best way to look forward is a lot of collaboration and working together with other committees like the social committee, and I know there are youth committees. YPN does a great job. So I think as long as we work together with each other and work to promote each other, I think APPNA Family Alliance will do great in the future.
Yeah, those all sound like great ideas. So I'm sure, I mean, this sounds like such a social committee. So I'm sure there's so many APPNA members who are watching that would be interested in contributing. So how can they get involved? How can they support the work of the Alliance Committee?
And I think what you're doing is amazing. Just the awareness that there's a committee like that needs membership. I think we have to go more into social media, have a presence there. Just having a name on a brochure maybe does not work in this time and age. So I think what you're doing is a great service to APPNA Family Alliance, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Because this way, once the word gets out, I think we will be able to attract. And the idea is to attract younger people, more ideas, more collaborations, and that can only be done once the word is out. And yeah. I think we would be, the future chairs of APPNA Family Alliance would be looking at the future presidents of APPNA for guidance and support, because we, as a small committee, as a new committee, I think we need a lot of help and encouragement to get where we want to be one day.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I mean, you heard her. So we do need help. We do need involvement. The awareness that's what we're here for. We're hoping that people hear us and people will reach out and hope to be more involved within all of our committees. So so that's great advice. So before we wrap up, if you could describe your committee in 3 words, which 3 words would you choose?
Oh, wow. That's an interesting question. It's a bridge. You want me 3 sentences or 3 words?
3 sentences. Words. Or okay, fine. Go with it.
It's a bridge
3 phrases.
A bridge between the physicians and the non-physicians of APPNA. It's a social committee, and I think it's a committee with a lot of potential to grow. I think the growth is there.
Yeah. Well, we start from here, and hopefully we get more involvement, more growth, more awareness.
Inshallah.
I love that. Well, thank you so much, Maliha, for joining us today and giving us a look into no problem, and giving us a look into the work that you all do in Alliance Committee. And to everyone, it's our pleasure. And to everyone watching, thanks for tuning in. Until next time, assalamu alaikum, and take care.